Rock, and all of Central Arkansas.
President Trump continues to trail Democratic challenger Joe Biden nationally ahead of the conventions. That's according to an NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. There are early results of how Senator Kamala Harris is viewed after being tapped as Biden's running mate. The survey shows Biden leading Trump among registered voters by 9 points, and Biden holds double-digit advantages on the coronavirus, immigration, health care, race relations, and uniting the country. But the president maintains his lead over Biden on the economy, which the poll finds is voters' top issue heading into the election. President Trump's younger brother, Robert, died in New York at the age of 71. Fox News chief correspondent Jonathan Hunt takes a closer look at his life.
Robert Trump was the youngest of the president's siblings, born in August 1948, 2 years after Donald Trump. Like his brother, Robert Trump joined the family business and became a top executive with the company, handling real estate investments. But in marked contrast to the man who would become president, Robert kept a low profile, deliberately avoiding the gossip pages of New York media, especially after his 2007 divorce from socialite Blaine Trump, his wife of more than 25 years. His passion for family privacy and his support for his brother's presidency were obvious recently when he tried to stop the publication of Mary Trump's tell-all book about the Trump family, titled Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. Robert Trump said he was, quote, deeply disappointed in his niece, accused her of trying to sensationalize and mischaracterize the Trump family, and added, quote, I and the rest of my entire family are so proud of my wonderful brother, the president, and feel that Mary's actions are truly a disgrace. In 2016, as Donald Trump campaigned for the presidency, Robert gave a rare interview to the New York Post, saying, quote, I support Donald 1,000%. I think he's doing a great job. I think he's got a great message. If he were to need me in any way, I'd be there. Anything I could do to help. In March of this year, Robert Trump married Anne-Marie Pallin, a former secretary in the Trump Organization. He lived quietly in Millbrook, in New York's Hudson Valley. Jonathan Hunt, Fox News.
Well, still to come, the fallout surrounding the United States Postal Service and mail-in ballots continues. We have an update. Plus, when it comes to virtual learning, how safe are your kids when they're online? And what are schools doing to protect them? We'll show you how coming up.